This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. Outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte on Thursday claimed to have kicked a department undersecretary in the face for allegedly attempting to commit corruption. During his speech at the launching of the Digital Innovation and Modernization of the Philippine Post Corporation, Duterte said the undersecretary had supposedly tried to pocket as much as 500,000 pesos from an agency needing 5 million pesos. He said Executive Secretary Salvador Bingbong Medialdia had witnessed the incident. There's an undersecretary. When an agency is needing 5 million pesos, he or she volunteered to give money. You know already where it will come from, the budget. Then the woman there told me, she said, they said they will give me 6 million pesos but I have to give 500,000 pesos to them. He recounted. When I learned of it, I called the undersecretary, and when he or she was in front of me, there was a platform in the clubhouse. I kicked him or her in the face. Bingbong was there because they were together in a law office before. That's how extreme I am. I am unforgiving in times like that, Duterte added. The Supreme Court affirmed the sentence of reclusion perpetua, life imprisonment, on 6 men, including 2 policemen, convicted of kidnapping in 2005. Police officers Juan Antonio Castillo and Jose Lonmo Zapatas, at the time assigned to the Philippine National Police Aviation Security Group and Special Action Force, respectively, were convicted along with Crispin Aranita, Annabel Oladen, Benjamin Oladen, and Lynn Fabacodo for kidnapping then 11-year-old twins, Jinritz and Calviel Simonia, their 9-year-old sister, Benz, and their nanny, Eulalia Cuevas. The victims, on their way to school, were taken at Philinvest, Quezon City on the morning of the 30th of August, 2005. In a 12-page resolution uploaded the 20th of May, the SC affirmed the Court of Appeals the 7th of June, 2019 decision which upheld the sentence and increased to 100,000 pesos the cost of damages imposed by the Quezon City Regional Trial Court Branch 225. The children recounted how the kidnappers tied them up in a bathroom, fed them crackers, and beat them up. They were eventually rescued 2 days later at a house in the Payatas area and the perpetrators were arrested by elements of the police anti-crime emergency response. Reiterating its zero-tolerance policy on abuse and sexual harassment, an official of the Quezon City government has been suspended after sexually harassing a fellow employee. In a statement issued on Friday, Marjoy Belmont said the female complainant detailed several acts of verbal and physical harassment by a high-ranking male official. The Quezon City government is committed to addressing all sexual harassment cases regardless of gender and position in any department, Belmont said. The complaint letter was forwarded to the Committee on Decorum and Investigation, Legislative Department. After conducting several hearings, Vice Mayor Jan Soto, the disciplining authority, found the official guilty of the less grave offense of sexual harassment. Under Memorandum Circular No. 12S 2020 and 2017 Rules on Administrative Cases of the Civil Service Commission, the official was meted out a 6-month suspension without pay. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency in Caraga, PDEA 13, reported the arrest of a village official during a drug-buy bust on Thursday evening in the Surigao del Norte town of Bacolod. In a report Friday, PDEA 13 said Barangay Porteo Councilor Alta Dusaran, a high-value target who has been under surveillance by authorities, was nabbed by authorities in Puric 2 of the same barangay. Dusaran yielded a heat-sealed transparent plastic sachet of shabu weighing 0.5 grams with a value of 4,000 pesos, the agency said. PDEA 13 said the suspect will be charged with the violation of Section 5, Article 2 of Republic Act 9165, or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. A 58-year-old female personnel of the Land Transportation Office, LTO, is facing criminal charges after she was arrested by operatives of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, CIDG, in an entrapment in Quezon City. In a statement on Friday, CIDG Chief, Major General Alicio D.C. Cruz, said the entrapment against Maria Feca Pinadoringo, releasing and receiving officer at the LTO Novaliches District Office, stemmed from the complaint filed by Anti-Red Tape Authority, ARTA, representatives. ARTA alleged that Doringo has been facilitating the release of student permits and driver's license transactions in exchange for money. Cruz said operatives of the CIDG Quezon City Field Unit, together with ARTA representatives, launched an entrapment on Wednesday, resulting in the arrest of Doringo. During the operation, Durango yielded the marked and brutal money, her LTO identification card, a student permit, and a student permit application form. Durango will be charged with the violation of RA 11032 of the Anti-Red Tape Act. Philippine National Police Officer in Charge Lieutenant General Vicente Danao Jr. on Monday warned police personnel still involved in the illegal drugs trade to stop or he will change their lives. Those others, who until now do not want to stop the proliferation of illegal drugs, I would like to address this to the men in uniform of the PNP. There are still some of us, a few. I'm giving you a stern warning. I'm talking to you. Please put a stop to these illegal drugs menace. Danao said during Monday's flag ceremony at the PNP headquarters in Camp Crame, Quezon City. I'm talking to you. If you got through there and you weren't caught, thank you. As long as I'm wearing this uniform, whether I continue to be a 4-star or not, you take note, gentlemen. I know you, he said. I'm giving you a stern warning. You don't want to change? I will change your life. If you don't change, I will change your birthday. I'm not kidding, he added. In a press briefing after his flag ceremony speech, Danao explained that his message came from unvalidated reports claiming that some officers are linked to the drug menace. There's still one by one that you are very stubborn. You will reap what you want, I'm telling you. Now, if you really don't want to change, I say, I'll give you what you want. There are still one by one, although these are unvalidated reports. I hope they are not true, and I hope we will stop if there are any, he said. The others here are, allegedly, still involved in illegal activities and especially in illegal drugs. Anyway, it's just one by one, so I just hope it's not true, he added. According to Danao, he received some of the reports during his stint as National Capital Region Police Office, NCRPO, chief. You know, because I was assigned in NCRPO, and there are still a few, although these are unvalidated reports, but I said just to give a fair warning to everyone not to be involved. This is addressed to all members, be it general, down to the lowest rank of PO1 and NUP. I would like to give you a fair warning. Take note, stern and fair warning to everyone, he added. 2 motorcycle riding armed men shot and killed Tuesday a village chief in Tuao Town, Cagayan Province, police said. Investigators said Dante Blanza, 61, of Barangay Santo Tomas, was on board his car when assailants attacked him with a still unknown gun caliber. The victim suffered bullet wounds on his head and body. The armed men sped off in their red-black motorcycle without a plate number. Blanza was brought to the St. Paul Hospital in Tuguegarao but was declared dead upon arrival. A hot pursuit operation was underway to capture the assailants. Investigators said they have yet to determine the motive behind the attack. Saboteurs tried to disrupt the transmission of results of the special elections in Tuburan Town, Lanao del Sur, on Tuesday evening, according to Brigadier General Jose Maria Cupo II, commander of the Army's 103rd Infantry Brigade. According to Cupo, a clump of bamboo was intentionally cut so that it would fall on a power line of the Lanao del Sur Electric Cooperative, Lajarico. The power supply was interrupted for almost an hour before Lajarico linemen restored it. But Cupo said the incident did not affect the transmission of the results and the overall conduct of the special election in the town. The balloting went on smoothly amid tight security provided by the police and army. The Bangsamoro Regional Election Director, Ray Sumalipeo, said 45 police officers served as members of the electoral boards in lieu of teachers who had reservations about their security. The army requested persuasion flights of Super Tucano planes from the Air Force side by side with 2 helicopters to deter sabotage attempts. A municipal government employee was shot and killed Wednesday by a motorcycle-riding gunman in Rosario Town in Batangas Province, the police said Thursday. Mark Anthony Grit, 41, was seated on his motorcycle in the parking lot of the public market when the assailant aboard a motorcycle with an unidentified plate number repeatedly shot him at 5:20 p.m., the Batangas police said. The unidentified suspect and his driver cohort escaped after the shooting and left their target dead. 9 spent shells from a .45 caliber pistol and 2 deformed slugs were found at the scene. Police have yet to identify the suspects and establish the motive behind the shooting. Negros Occidental Governor Eugenio Jose Lacson has terminated a provincial officer for her absence without leave. Negros Occidental Provincial Planning and Development Office headma, Lena Sanagal, was dropped from the roster of provincial government employees. Provincial Administrator Ray Frando Diaz said on Wednesday, the 25th of May. Lacson, In a the 19th of May letter to Senegal, said it has come to his attention that she had not reported for work since the 18th of March without an approved leave of absence and with no official communication on her whereabouts despite numerous attempts to contact her. Dropping from the role as non-disciplinary and is appealable before the Civil Service Commission, CSE, within 15 days from receipt of the notice. Diaz said an agreement had been reached for the transfer of Senegal while she was processing her retirement papers to the governor's office. Senegal said her termination was moot and academic since she had already filed a complaint against Lacson at the CSC for constructive dismissal. She said she was constructively dismissed when she was demoted from her responsibilities as a technical manager and transferred to the governor's office to work on administrative concerns. That's all for this week. I'll see you next week with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.